Hi, welcome to yoga. Get ready for 10 minutes to get your day off to a strong and happy start. Step to the top of your mat and take a tall mountain pose. Press all 10 toes into the mat, lift the spine, engage your core, but relax your shoulders, don't have them up in your ears. Tuck your chin just a tiny bit. Now go ahead and inhale your arms high, up above your head. And now take a forward fold as you exhale, hinging from the hips. This is your first forward fold, so go ahead and have a nice bend in the knees. With each breath, just think of your spine getting longer and folding a little more deep. Hold on to each elbow and take a ragdoll arm pose. Let gravity lengthen your spine. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. Now place your hands on the mat and put yourself into tabletop position. Knees and hips are at a 90-degree angle. Now lift your knees up off the mat so you're on the backs of your toes, opening up the fronts of your feet and ankles, and you're going to start to develop a little bit of a burn in the legs. It's also a great core workout. Now go ahead and push yourself back into a downward facing dog and slowly step back into a forward fold. Rise up, mountain pose, arms overhead, and swan dive, forward fold. Hang out here a minute in your fold, and now take a halfway lift, hands to mat, and back into tabletop. Lift your knees. Keep breathing here, don't tense up. Excellent. Go ahead and lower your knees and push back again into a downward facing dog. Walk up to the top of the mat, take a halfway lift and a forward fold. Now rise up into mountain pose again and swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back into tabletop. Lift the knees one more time. Engage the core, feel those legs burn, and stretch out the feet. Hold steady, but keep breathing. Lower your knees and push back into downward facing dog again. Now inhale your right leg high. Now bring that right foot forward into a low lunge. And with grace and balance, now come up to stand in a one-legged mountain pose. Your left knee is bent and raised in front of you. Now go ahead and reach for that left ankle and come into dancer's pose, hinging from the hips, reaching forward with the right fingertips, pressing those left toes up to the sky. If you lose your balance, that's okay. Just come back into it. Go ahead and stand up again in your one-legged mountain, and then lower the foot back down to the mat and take a forward fold. Halfway lift, and now hands to mat. Press back into a downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Now step it forward again into a low lunge. Left leg forward this time. Now with strength and grace, come on up into a one-legged mountain pose. Right knee is bent and lifted in front of you. Hold that right knee high and reach for the sky. And now with grace, grasp the right ankle and come into dancer pose on the opposite side, reaching forward with your left fingertips and pushing your right toes up to the sky. Now return to the one-legged mountain pose, and now slowly lower both feet down to the floor and forward fold. Take a halfway lift, and now hands to mat and step into a downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Now step it forward into another low lunge. And now, using your core and your balance, step into airplane. Palms are behind you and facing your mat. And now move your arms to stretch them out in front of you into Warrior 3. Now reach for the mat with your right hand and come in to a half moon pose, facing the side of your mat. Left hand is high to the sky. Come out of your half moon into a forward fold. And now inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat and push back into a downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Now step that left foot forward into a low lunge. Using your core strength and balance, come into an airplane. Right leg is stretched behind you. Arms are back. And now reach your arms forward. Reach those fingertips to the front of the room, pushing the right heel to the back of the room. Reach for the mat with your left hand and come into half moon. Right arm is high and you're facing the side of the mat. Come out of your half moon into a forward fold. Now come into crouch and curl and take a break. Crouch and curl, you're rounded into the tiniest ball you can be. You're on your toes and on your hands, and expand the area between your two shoulder blades each time you breathe. Now we're going to prepare for frog kicks. With your hands firmly on the mat, launch up off your feet and see if you can't kick your bum with your heels. 1 per breath. Get some good air each time you launch off of your feet. Keep going at your own pace. Now come down onto the mat and sit on your heels. You're stretching out your toes in plantar fascia, and go ahead and give your wrists some love by rolling them back and forth. Excellent. Now we're going to set up for frog pose. Face the long side of your mat. Open your knees as wide as you comfortably can. You're going to be keeping your hips, knees, and ankles all at 90-degree angles. So open your knees and then slowly lower your chest down to the floor and reach forward with the arms. Again, keep your hips, knees, and ankles all at a 90-degree angle. This can be an intense pose, but over time you'll get your hips lower and lower to the mat. If it helps, you can put a pillow or a support under your belly. Keep breathing slowly and steadily, aiming that breath to wherever it is that you're feeling the tension and resistance right now. Excellent. Go ahead and push yourself up out of your frog and sit down on your mat. We're going to take straddle pose. So in straddle, your legs are wide. Lift the flesh off of your sit bones so that you can sit with a tall spine. Now, put your eyes on the screen just for a moment and look at this wonderful flock of birds that flew overhead during the filming of this video. Pretty cool. Okay, back to your straddle pose. Reach for your toes or as close as you can get. Now, I don't want you to collapse the spine. Try bending forward one segment of your spine at a time from the bottom up to the top. And go ahead and lean forward as far as you can. You can release your stretch. And now bring both of the soles of your feet together so your knees are wide and the bottoms of your feet are together. And again, lean forward from the hips. You can push your knees open using your elbows if you like. And just go ahead with a nice forward fold here. Again, breathing in to the areas where you feel your tension. Return to seated. Cross your legs in front of you. Sit with a tall spine. And now we're going to take shoelace. In shoelace, just make your crossing of your legs a little bit tighter so that the right thigh is stacked on top of the left. And you can bring your hands to prayer position in front of your chest and sit here peacefully and just melt that tension that you're feeling in the hips. Go ahead and unwind your legs and we'll take a shoelace on the opposite side. So cross that left thigh on top of the right, give your body a little bit of a lift and then settle back down. Keep your spine tall, bring hands to heart center in prayer position. Thank your body for its hard work today and be grateful for your abilities. Namaste, my friends. All right, thanks for being here. Before you leave, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you'll know when I go live or when a new video drops. and visit me at ChristineBreadstreet.com. Love to y'all. Bye-bye. See you soon.